Let's talk about Shark Tanks and some of the inherent risk that come with the Shark Tank. You can cause accidental injury because you're overloading the opponent, but that's the benefit. You want to overload your trainee, rather, not your opponent, but overload your trainee so that he has that extra conditioning, he has extra response time, he has extra awareness. He's so used to seeing so much volume that it seems like everything gets slowed down into slow motion, and allows him to have some the ability to compose himself in the fight, stay calm, not worry about anything. But you've got to have the right people in the training sessions. You have to have right people who can do whatever it is that you ask of them. In other words, you want a person to work on sprawl and brawl. That means they need to have basic boxing, basic wrestling, not a dominance of one or the other, but a really good transitional skill. So you have to have the right person. You just can't go out and get every NCAA wrestler to attack. You can't go and get every Golden Gloves boxer because it may lead to injury. And also you have to have training partners that understand what the greater good is, what the greater task is, and that they're working for the athlete. They're not working for themselves. They're there to deliver certain aspects of the game that they particularly understand. They have a good understanding, good skill set, a good base, and we just want to see how the fighter responds. The other thing you have to be careful with is time limits. Some Shark Tanks I've seen go too long and some very short. But definitely you have to start with the right people. You get those right people involved, then you worry about the skills, the things you want them to perfect. And one of the things that gets left off sometimes, you have to train the guys who are the helpers. You know, if you got a guy that you want to hold pads, well, guess what? He needs to know how to do it. Can't just be random. If you want a guy to take things to the ground, he needs to know how to get there without you prompting him to do every little task, you know. So they have to be trained a little bit and give them instructions on what you want is done. And, you know, usually if they're high level and capable, they should know how to do it. They should know how to do it without injuring the training partner. And then most of all, they just need to remember the training partner is getting tired. So he is not the same person in round 1 that he is in round 3. But when he does something well, guess what? We want to applaud him. And that means we can challenge him a little bit more. Hey, I'm Coach Sess, and you've had words with the Mad Coach. Good drive. Way to stay on that leg, Jesse.